Okay, so to start off with, I always like to talk about the Allman Brothers Band and the Jimmy Carter. They were like one of the first groups to promote the presidential candidate, so that's the importance of that. We have Wet Willie next to it. They're significant in the fact that the Southern Rock, a lot of that was recorded here in Macon at the Capricorn Studios. Up in the top, you have James Brown. To the left right here, you have Little Richard. That was taken in 1957. That's Martin Luther King down here at the bottom. He spoke at, I can't remember the name of the church, but it was around 600 people he spoke to. Stewart Chapel, AME, sorry. This right here is Cherry Street. You got all the trees down it.
It looks very similar today,
Yeah,
right?
very similar, very similar.
That's amazing.
If you look up here, this is the Macon City Auditorium, and it is the largest exposed copper dome in the United States. You have Luther Williams Field, which is the second longest operating baseball field. I believe the first is Wrigley. Macon Peaches, that's Pete Rose right there sliding in. You have the Capitol Theater.
Pete Rose played here in
Yes, he
Macon.
did, yes. He was, like I say, it was part of the Macon Peaches at the time. So it's a little tidbit of information about that. This is Douglas Theater. It was the first African-American theater. So that's the importance of that. You have a lot of like people that have come and played there. I want to say like Aretha Franklin, people like that, you know, there, that's the terminal station. We have a lot of movies that were kind of filmed there. The Black Widow movie that just came out was actually filmed at the terminal station. This is Cotton Avenue right here. It was like the all black market, that kind of thing. We have Sidney Lanier, our poet laureate from Georgia. There you have the Hay House, and it should be, yeah, that's the Hay House, that's 7 stories. The top two are in the cupola. We have Wesleyan College, that is the first all-females college. And then it should be Ellen Craft. She was, she married a slave and she dressed as a man, and they traveled, and that's how he was freed. You have the Cannonball House with the iron gate. I can't remember, the Wheeler House, I think. That should be Rose Hill Cemetery, and you see how it's got that golden kazoo right there?
Mm-hmm.
Alabama Vest, the inventor of the kazoo, was actually from Macon. There you have Fort Hawkins. It was actually, at the time of Fort Hawkins construction, this was the frontier. This was the furthermost you could go into Indian Territory.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is very extensive.
It is, it is. And like I said, I'm hitting a lot of the high notes. There's a lot that I just don't know. You're constantly learning with this.
You're getting information all the time?
There are actually people that come in that they have taught me stuff. So, I mean, like I say, I did not know about the Douglas Theater. I mean, I really thought it was just a theater, but it was actually started, apparently his wife had got asked to leave. And so, I can't remember, Mr. Douglas started the theater because he did not want his wife to ever feel that way, rejected ever again. So I thought that was a way cool story. Kind of sad, but at the same time, you know, the fact he was willing to do that for his wife. So yeah, I mean, but like I said, that was one of those stories that somebody told me, is, you know.
Mm-hmm. When was this visitor center built?
I want to say they took over this in the 90s.
Whoa.
They renovated it in the 2000s. The building itself was closed down and then operated. I want to say they closed it in like the 70s.
Oh, okay. So this has been here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Okay, great. You said I can watch a film?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
Then in here, this is like I said, our little theater. What we like to talk about is we have the theaters here in Macon, and so starting with the Opry House. This was built and established in 1884, so that is our longest running, and it's still in operation today. You have Theater Macon, the Douglas Theater, which I talked about, the Little Theater, which I did not realize was that old, but it's actually out near the Macon Museum of Arts and Sciences. And then you have the Capitol Theater, which is the second oldest.
Okay.
And then over here on this wall, these are the movies that were filmed here in Macon. So,
oh, wow.
This was the Jackie Robinson story, and it was actually filmed at Luther Williams Field.
Oh, okay.
Which is, like I say, the second oldest operating baseball field.
Right.
I, Tonya, which was the Tonya Harding story, that was filmed in the ice rink in the Macon Coliseum.
Okay.
Trouble with the Curve, there again, was the Luther Williams Field. Need for Speed, there are actually, you can see lots of roads here in Macon where they filmed that. But it was mainly in Central Park. And
right.
Then you had like, I want to say it was down part of Cotton Avenue, all that. So.
Okay.
Zombieland, I believe, was the Cherry Street. They had some explosions go off, even knocked out a few windows. Black Widow, which just came out, that was actually filmed at the terminal station.
Have you watched it?
I have not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Watchmen, no, this is a TV show, not the movie Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
But that was filmed in, off of Cherry Street and Popular.
Wow.
And then
we didn't know all this.
Which was the one with The Rock.
Yeah?
Apparently they filmed it on Cherry Street, but none of that footage actually made it into the movie. They, got cut, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is pretty amazing. A lot of people didn't know this. Okay, great.